reciprocate the love that Philippines alone has shown me for the last 23 years. They have sent their senior journalists to India on my sets, in my house, to interview me just because they needed Filipinos to know what is their Sushmita up to, what is she doing now. I just wanted to make sure I reciprocate that love, and I got to do that this time. It was a very special trip.
And you're also a 23-year-old girl. So
Yes. And some of them were just born, right? So they've never met me. And so they were like, I used to complain with my mother and say, everyone makes fun of me in school. What kind of a name is Sushmita? Why do I have this kind of a name? They can't even say it properly. So my parents would say, one day when you grow up, you'll come to appreciate this name. We really didn't appreciate it. And then today after meeting you, I understand why my mom gave that name. So that was very, very special. Very special.
You know, Sushmita, off late on social media, there's been a lot of conversation about the 1994 Miss India pageant. You know, that final moment where you and Aishwarya were together. I think 20 years later, 23 years later, how do you revisit that moment?
I don't know what is happening with that now on social media. I'm not aware of it, maybe. They're revisiting
that moment, the final question, and there has been all of a sudden this surge, this interest in that moment.
Yeah?
Yes.
Maybe that's also because, just like for me, life is coming a full circle with me going back as a judge for Miss Universe. The conversation begins again because Miss Universe only came after Miss India, so Miss India comes back as well. How do I look at it? Well, I look at it as the only learning that I took from it, which is what my ma always tried to explain to me, was there's something called in life an upset. You can be an upset to someone and someone can be an upset to you, but it's the only thing you will never know in your life unless you give it a shot, unless you try. So don't, you're going to compete against someone who's already very famous and very beautiful. That's not reason enough to drop out. That's not reason enough not to compete. You never know. You got to give it a shot. And when I won Miss India, this is what stuck with me. That never again in my life, and am I going to just give up on anything because of stiff competition or because it looks hopeless? Because everything gives you a final answer in your life only after you've tried it.
You know, you've often said that you cannot be a churn-out factory.
Yes, I can't.
Was that something that you knew right from the moment you entered movies? And is it something that you realized that you would be an automatic pariah because to be in this industry requires you to be completely into it?
There was a time when I could do that. From 1996 when I became an actor until 2000. Renee came in 2000. There was this time when I was only on a plane, always on always working, shooting for either a magazine or an interview or a film. I was constantly doing that, and I had a lot of fun doing it. As long as I didn't have any other priorities, it was fantastic. I am very independent, financially, emotionally, and otherwise. But I don't correlate, I never have correlated it to any one. I don't identify myself as an actor alone. That's not my identity. It's what I do. But I also build brands. I also am a mother. I also have brands that I work with as endorsements. So there is a persona attached to that, there are responsibilities attached to that. I travel a lot still, making appearances around the globe. For me, I could do all of these things because at the age of 24, when I became a mother with Renee, I started to then slow it down. I didn't give up films. I just made the process go slower. So instead of shooting 2.5, 3 films a year, I brought it down to 2, then 1. And then, honestly, love, the kind of scripts that started to come to me were about, let's just do it, you know. Let's just do it because I should do a film. I haven't done a film yet. That was a criminal waste of my time. Criminal waste of my time. I missed the first step Renee took. And it bothered me so much because I was sitting on the set wasting time. When I miss something that important, so it's about priority, it's about what matters to me. I mean, all mothers aren't this obsessed as I am. I'm obsessively touchy and emotional about every little thing. I don't want to miss this, I don't want to miss that, I want to capture this, I want to have that. And for that, you have to make certain choices, very clear to yourself. So unlike most people, I didn't start my life at 21, 22, 23. I started at 16 when I started modeling. By 18, I was in Miss Universe. By 19, I had traveled to 33 nations. I was a global citizen. So I had seen too much of life around me to want to settle down in one place. I wanted to explore every avenue possible. And I have to say, given this setup, I'm very lucky that I still got filmmakers who worked with me on those terms, where they still offer me lovely films, different kinds of films. It's not that I'm done acting as a profession, but yes, it has to be a great investment of my time, which means a fabulous film with a great script. So anyway, I've got Farah working on Mehuna too.
Wow.
So that would be a great investment of time. So I look forward to it.
I personally think you're one of the most eloquent actors of Bollywood, which brings me to the next question. That of late there's been a lot of talk after Meryl Streep's speech at Golden Globes that Bollywood actors are not they don't speak up on issues. They are they probably live in an island of their own. What are your thoughts on that? Given that you come from that industry, is there a side that really strikes you?
No, I think it's a fine balance, which we have to understand. I think America will slowly realize that the concept of freedom of speech will be curtailed. We're looking at a very different political setup now. They've been used to speaking their minds. But in India, we have this sensitivity of multiple cultures, religions, people from different backgrounds, staying together as one unit. One standing up can, in effect, destroy so many balances. I don't think actors don't speak out, that's not true, but we have to be 100 times more careful. Then we have the same freedom of speech, but it's defined in real life very differently, which America is about to find out too.
Film industry has largely become a force where there are lots of women, to reach out to somebody, there are PRs, etc. And for somebody, how
I
has
find
it
that
changed?
ironical. I'll tell you why I find that ironical. Because the middleman used to be the only way to reach someone before. Today you can reach me on Instagram. You can reach me on Twitter. You can reach me on Facebook. There is far greater access to people today. If you want to reach someone, you can. Will they respond back to you? No guarantees. But you can reach them. I, for one, am not very fond of the idea of too many people in the middle, because they always end up spoiling things, and Daniel was a very good example of that. Too many middle people, and I knew so much about the company that I didn't know anything about Mr. Usman. And the way they were projecting the in-between people, me to him and him to me, is complete opposite of the kind of people we turned out to be to each other. So then I think